Hi, I'm Patty Bedwell, one of the Elder Care Coordinators here at McGinnis Elder Care Law, and today I wanted to talk to you about the pros and cons of assisted living. First, let's start with a question. How do you know when it's the right time to move to an assisted living facility? That's not as easy a question to answer as you think, is it? I'll bet if you think back, you could give an answer if you were talking about your parents or your grandparents. How'd you know when it was no longer the best idea for them to stay at home? Was it when you started doing all the cooking, or when you started paying all the bills because they weren't being paid? Or maybe when you started spending more time taking care of their home than you did your own? Maybe the time to think about it for yourself is when someone has started doing all those things for you. Why look at giving up your home and moving to an assisted living facility? There's the easy answers. Someone else will do the cooking, the cleaning, the laundry, all those chores you've been doing all your adult life. But what else can you gain? Is there an upside to living in an assisted living facility? I'll answer that question this way. Years ago, I worked at an assisted living facility, and one day I was talking to a lady, and she told me why she was glad she was there. She listed a lot of things. Someone cooks for her and does the cleanup and things like that. But then she told me something that stayed with me. She said, when I moved in here, I never expected to meet a new best friend. She went on to tell me that prior to her moving in, she was very much against it. She wanted to stay home where she lived with her husband up until he died. That was always their plan, and she didn't really want to change it. But living on her own wasn't as easy as she expected either. Soon she was having help from her family to see the bills were paid. Then she started feeling a little nervous when she drove, so her daughter started taking her to the grocery store and every other place she needed to go. Eventually, her family started talking to her about moving to a facility, and after a while they wore her down and she hesitantly agreed. Right away, though, she was surprised when she ran into a couple of people she knew. There were things going on all around her. She saw people playing cards, doing puzzles, talking, laughing, all sorts of things. The activity person showed her the calendar of activities. There was a painting class, something she'd always wanted to try her hand at. That's where she met her new best friend. One thing to remember is that there are admission requirements, so you don't want to wait too long. You don't want to wait so long that you no longer meet the criteria for assisted living. The criteria, though, is simple enough to meet. You must be able to evacuate the building within 13 minutes, and you can't have any medical need requiring continual nursing intervention. There's a bit more to it depending on the facility and things, but that's pretty much covers the basics. If you're kind of on the fence about it and really aren't sure if this is for you, start by going to tour a few places. Maybe have lunch there so you can see what it's like. Talk to some of the people living there and see what they have to say about it. Then when you go home, be honest with yourself. Would it be beneficial for you? That's the real decision to make. When you decide to look at facilities, be sure to give us a call. We can tell you what's available in your area, and we'll let you know what others have told us so you can make the best decision. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.